Which door did you close through dishonor? Everybody celebrates your brother except you, because to you he's your brother. That inability to discern, to acknowledge and to recognize what he represents. There are many men of God whose families are dying of the same thing they are anointed to release others from, because in that home there is no honor. Listen, human beings are dimensional. Be careful lest you generalize dimensions. Your younger brother may be your younger brother until the grace on him begins to speak. Do you have the fortitude to discern what people represent? The sons of the prophet could not see this. Only Elisha, when he said, if you can see me, was he not looking at him? If you can discern that I'm not a normal human being, that I'm a representation of a system, you will receive it. Let me show you how many people have destroyed favor in their life. You talk about your boss, you insult your boss. This is the person that is responsible for handing your salary. You heard that your boss was born under a bridge, and at 30 years, he has a conglomerate that is worth billions. Just because he has some character defaults, you are there running your mouth, you are almost his age mate, and you are still begging for his salary, and you will not listen. Dishonor. Our world is full of dishonor. If we are not careful, we may never walk in dimensions of favor. Are we blessed? Yes. Dishonor to the Holy Spirit is why we never experience his presence. The recognition. I look at Pastor Shola. He's a man of God. He's a very great man. No. Sir, I recognize, I acknowledge the hand of God upon you. Are we together? Yes. Wisdom is justified by her children. When you see the results of a man, be careful. Don't trivialize it. We live in a society where we have programmed ourselves to trivialize the extent of people's impact. We do it intentionally to show that it's not a big deal. What is it about pastor that you are talking? I mean, is you the only one doing it? Here and there, people are doing it. Is it not Pastor Shola that I know? And the door closes. Even if he prays for you, there are many people I pray for. You've heard me say it sincerely. I only pray for them so that they will stop disturbing me. I know nothing flow to them. This impartation you see is not a charm. There are laws. I have programmed myself by default to practice honor. I'm not ashamed. Practicing honor will sting your ego, because everyone also believes he's a champion. But sometimes you need to just get down on your knees and swallow your pride and say, I acknowledge. I acknowledge. Jesus went to his city and could not do many things. There are many wives married to husbands holding strange graces that have never flown to them. There are husbands with wives who have never received anything. Honor, the discerning, the outspoken celebration of the hand of God upon a man. Whatever is at work in a man's life and is not at work in your life, you owe a duty to recognize, to celebrate, to acknowledge. Never get into that pride, that indoctrination, that when you trivialize other people, you are trying to show that, okay, me too, I'm not small. That's not the way it happens. You can try to be tall in two ways. Pushing yourself up by climbing on something, or trying to cut the head of everybody taller than you so they look like you. I know the one that is easier. Climb on something. It's hard to try to cut everybody's head to prove you are tall. If I acknowledge pastor and his wife, does it reduce anything from me? You see, most of these things, people already know what you represent. There's no point putting yourself under pressure. They are not fools. If you are anointed, you are anointed. They know. Do you know, you make your uniqueness worthy of admiration when you celebrate that of others. It's a secret people do not know. If I want to channel you to see the unique grace of God upon my life, I don't do that by saying, look at me. I do that by sowing the seed to you. You hardly criticize a humble man. The humility paralyzes you, kills your excuses. Pride is a sponsor of criticism. Is God giving us wisdom? The next time you see someone trivializing someone important, tell them, no, please, I won't join you in sowing this seed. Why? I'm not ready for the harvest. Remember, every time you criticize the hand of God upon someone, oh, Benny Hinn, what is there? But it's just because these guys were lucky. You see, that kind of talk, lucky to raise a wheelchair. Some of you saw the miracles yesterday. How was the big deal? How are we even sure that everybody was healed? Try it. Everything, when you watch a master do something, it looks easy until you try. Have you tried to learn how to drive? Say, this is simple now. You sit down there and not even know what you are doing and have to cry for help. God is speaking to us, and I want us to learn this morning. We are going to pray. Dishonor has shut the door of favor. Someone would have given you a job since, but when they were discussing you, your helper noted you for dishonor and said, don't bring this man to your office. I acknowledge she's brilliant, but you bring this lady here, she will